Okay, guys, this is Lee from the WP Innovator podcast, which is a WordPress podcast for design and web agencies. So we're exploring Beaver tunnels today. This is a new plugin which allows far more creativity with Beaver Builder. I know you probably thought it wasn't possible, but you've really got to check this out. So what I'm doing is I'm exploring this with a vanilla WordPress install. I've got the Beaver Builder default theme here, and we're just going to do some experimentation together and show you the power of this plugin. So first of all, I'm going to just create a standard page and I'm going to customize this site to make it look like something. So let's just go ahead into the standard templates, take a look, maybe do a content page. Actually, let's do a home page. Let's make it look a bit more interesting, and let's grab here. I'm going to grab that, populate the page. So we've got some content, we've got kind of a site that we're working with, and let's go ahead, press done, publish changes. So we've now got our lovely looking website here, and as you're already aware, we can go into customize and we can change a few of the presets, etc. So I could opt for a slightly different layout. So I could say it's a 1-column, 2-column layout for the very top bar. That's like a top bar, etc. And all of the other things that you would expect to see. So you can see here, you can change whether or not you've got fade in, shrink, fixed, and all that sort of stuff. So stuff you'd expect, which is all cool and fine. Now this is where Beaver Tunnels comes into play, that really excites me. What you can now do is if we go into the back end, we can create different types of templates. So what I've done is I've just opened a tab so we can get into this back end. But for example, if I want to display something else that's going to be that's going to consistently show across all pages, then I can go ahead and do that using the new Beaver Tunnels option. So first of all, I'm going to create let's create a subscription box. So if I go into templates, I can add a new template in here and call it subscription. So subscription, and I'm just going to put footer so I know where I want this to appear, and I'm going to hit Launch Page Builder. So now I am ready to drag in a column into here, and I want this column to be full width like the rest of the theme, but I want the main content in here to be fixed, height to be default. That's all cool. And then let's give this a background color just so that we can see it. So that'll do. There you go. Job done. Right, now let's go back into add content and we'll throw in a heading, subscribe, yada yada, save. And then let's throw in, for good measure, a lovely subscription form. Okay, so I've just created something very basic. Obviously it doesn't look pretty. You want to make that look pretty. That's what Beaver Builder's there for, but I'm doing it really quickly. And I've hit publish. That's saved these changes. Now I want this to appear across my entire website everywhere in the footer as an example. So let's head on over to the main site again. So I'm back here on the main site and I'm going to hit this. This is the Beaver Builder hook guide. Basically, when I switch to this, this is going to show me all the different spaces that I could put this this subscription box. So I don't want it above the header, I don't want it after the header, although you could create a really nice slider or something and then have that appear across all pages. I've also got the option then here to throw it either before the footer, this footer block here, or after. So let's say I want to throw this right here, just before the main footer area. So I'm going to just copy this little code here, and I'm going to head back on over to the templates. Let's go back into templates. I'm going to edit this subscription footer template, and then in here all I need to do is paste that hook, say this is where I want it to appear, and this is the beautiful part. Now I can now say show it everywhere, okay, or I could say match any particular rule. So I could say that I only want it to show on a particular post, or I could say I only want it to display on kind of like an archive of posts or anything along those lines. There's all these different options here, or just related to specific page templates. So if you're used to something like ACF, this is pretty damn awesome. Now let's just say I want it to show on all posts and pages. So I want it to show on the header, on the footer, just above the footer, on all posts and pages. And then the cool thing is if I want to either restrict it to people who are logged in and then restrict it further on to either me or Karthik like a user, or actually to a role, I can do. And the cool thing about that means is if I'm creating a membership site, perhaps I'm creating some really good infographics, all that sort of stuff, and I only want to show members of a particular level, then I can do that. Or if I want to show an admin message across my entire site to only logged in administrators, I can do. So let's try that. I'm logged in as the administrator. So logged in users, the administrator role, and let's press update. So this now means that our subscription footer is going to appear on the bottom of the page, just above the footer. I refresh this page, right? There you go, there it is. There is our subscription box. And the cool thing is no matter what page we then go on to create, so if I create a new page, test, and just hit publish for now. If I open that up in the page builder, and let's pop in some content, should pop that one in, you can still see that that subscription footer is there. Now again, normally you wouldn't be able to edit something like this, but you can. All you need to do is if you click on this, this is going to publish the changes that we have made, or save a draft if that's what you want to do, and then it's going to take you back to this area so you can edit it. Now then, let's jump into incognito mode, because in theory I set this to only show to administrators, which obviously I wouldn't do in real life. I just want to show you the difference. Now if I hit enter, if we go back and go to that page, what was the page I created? It was called example page, wasn't it? Silly me. Right, example page, paste. And we scroll down to the bottom, you can't see that subscription box. That is pretty awesome. And then when I'm ready to make that live, all I need to do is go into this and close that off, say I want everyone to be able to see it, hit update, go back to the website when I'm happy with that header or footer, hit refresh, and boom, there it is. And that appears across every single page. So again, if we're going to that other page, or we're going into a WordPress post, and let's just double check that. So there's a default post in WordPress. Let's go in there. Actually, there's a whole load of posts in here. Let's just go to any, and boom, there is our subscription box at the bottom of that, and that appears absolutely everywhere. Now the awesome thing as well with Beaver Tunnels is if we go back into this hook guide, no matter where you are, so this is a post page, you could actually have things selecting to be, to appearing here. You could have something appearing before the this kind of date, timestamp, etc. So you could actually be putting an advertisement on all posts. Just there, it could be an animation, it could be a slider, it could be anywhere. And essentially the beauty of this is you're hooking in to content you can display anywhere within the theme. Now it is only compatible with a few themes, although I'm pretty sure that there's going to be tons more it's compatible with in the future. But let me show you something. Look at this bad boy. All you need to do is use a very simple line of codes with a few things in an array. You can declare all the hooks you want to, basically. So if you've got your own theme, you're creating your own theme, etc., throw whatever you want into there, and the Beaver Tunnel application, plugin, whatever you want to call it, is going to pick those up so that you can then hook into those. So that's how easy it is to add theme compatibility if you're a geek like us and you like creating your own themes as well. So I just want to quickly demonstrate putting that subscription box into one of these hooks here. So we're just going to grab this. This is the FL post top meta open. So I've copied that. And let's go back into the templates section. Let's just do that by going into dashboard. I'm one of those people who've got way too many tabs open. Back into edit the subscription footer, and then I'm going to drop this, paste that into there instead. Update. Go back to the blog post, refresh. Boom. Now you can see that our subscription box only now appears here. So it's gone from the footer and it's now only here. Quick switch off for the hook guide. And now you can see that on all posts, no matter what post I open, that block appears. And this is how it's very different from things like the global row that you can save, because you still have to drag that in, whereas this, you're getting in there, into the template, and then you're showing it in place, and then that is being essentially distributed across everywhere in your site. Utterly fantastic. 10 out of 10. 5 stars.